tennis student athletes Bronte Goodhue and Lindsey Liles as the Tigers swing into action this weekend. Girls, thank you for joining me. After preseason practice being over with and the fall season also being complete, how do you think the team's doing right now?
I think we're doing really well. We had a good fall season. We have 6 new freshmen on our team, and fall went really well at the ITAs, and we've been practicing really hard the past couple of weeks. We started the day we came back to school, and we're kind of finishing up challenge matches, practice matches, and everyone's been playing really well, and we've got really great competitions like within each other, so I think that'll really make us stronger this year.
I actually just got back from abroad, so I came back on the court and was blown away by how good my team suddenly is. So I'm really excited for the season.
You mentioned the newcomers. We do have a good mix of veterans and newcomers. How do you think the team's gelling so far?
Really well, especially in the fall. We had a lot of team bonding and just got along really well on the court. And Conchi's so great about just making practices really interactive and fun, but also really intense at the same time. So I think that kind of spurred on the initial bonding with everyone. And then off the court, a lot of us have classes together, and we just hang out together on the weekends when we don't have matches. So we're really close this year, which is really exciting, and it's fun to have some of your best friends playing on the court next to you.
Yeah, that's very true. And I'm still getting to know the freshmen, which is really fun. But once we start traveling, everybody really comes together even better than before. So yeah, like Bronte said, all of our best friends are on this team. So we're like a little family.
We've won back-to-back SAA titles. We've won some NCAA tournament games. We've now been invited to the ITA indoors this year. Talk a little bit about our schedule.
It's going to be a pretty hard schedule this year.
Way harder than last year for sure.
And we have, like you said, the ITA Indoor National Tournament, which is our first year to be invited to that. And I think we'll be playing teams like Johns Hopkins and
Washington Lee.
Right. So there'll be some really good
big
teams.
start.
Yeah, and that's in I think two or three
2
weekends.
weeks.
Yeah. And we also have the Blue-Gray Invitational Tournament after our spring break trip to California. So while we're in California, we play some pretty tough teams like Carnegie Mellon, and then we go and fly to Virginia and play that tournament there as well, which will be a lot of the same teams that were in the Indoor National Tournament, but I think we're going to try to mix it up and get a different mix of teams when we play that.
What are some team goals maybe we have this year?
Definitely win conference again.
Yes. Yeah, and I think that because we're so strong and we have a lot of depth this year, we really want to get to the national tournament at the end of the season and hopefully get to the round of 16 at least. And usually we play Emory in that round, so we'll see what happens after that. But it would be great if we could do just as good as last year, probably better.
Yeah, I'm going to aim high, say Final Four this year. Always ambitious.
How does it feel to play for such a tradition-rich program? Lindsey, I know your sister also played here, and Kachi, of course, has coached here for a while and been very successful. How does it feel just to be a part of a winning program like that?
It's my favorite part of Sewanee, easily.
Yeah, I think it's really, you're kind of thrown into it freshman year when you come and you say, I'm going to play tennis. And it's just, it literally, like we said earlier, it's like a family, especially with Conchi and Shaq as your coaches. It's like they're your parents away from home, and they're great coaches on the court. And literally the team is so close, and we're all pretty much best friends with each other on and off the court.
And it makes you want to win because tennis is an individual sport, but when you come to Sewanee, you realize that you're no longer playing for yourself. I love to go out and play for Sewanee, and I love the fact that my teammates come and cheer me on. After their matches, when they're done, win or lose, they'll be on my court cheering, and I'll do the same for them. And I think that's the best part of the Sewanee tradition. It's just that you go from high school having an individual sport really becomes a team sport.
Mm-hmm. You guys have talked actually right then about the team aspect of it. I want to kind of switch gears a little bit and talk individually now. We've had a lot of success as a team, but both of you have been All-Americans as individuals in singles and in doubles. You've won numerous awards. What are some individual goals that you guys have?
I think together we are playing doubles again this year, and we want to go to nationals again and do better than we did last year.
Yeah, we were All-American last year, but we lost a really tough match that I still think about. So we're going to make up for it this year.
Yeah, we want to get a couple rounds in at the national tournament together in doubles. And I think the same with singles as well. We both want to make it to nationals, and do the same as last year.
Yeah,
if
last
not
year was
better.
really neat because both of us ended up going in singles, being All-American singles and in doubles together. So we're definitely happy to do that again, but get farther in the tournament.
Yeah.
And last question. You girls are both very good student athletes, and I say the word student athlete. How do you balance your commitments on the court and off the court?
I think that it's not that hard. I feel like I mean, because tennis, I feel like we're all really dedicated to school, all of us on the team. So it's kind of understood that when we travel, we're doing work in the bands, and we're all respectful of, like, some people are taking naps, some people are working, and so I mean that makes it easy. And Conchi expects a lot from us in school as well. She wants us all to do well in school, and she's very understanding of if we have a huge test the next day, she'll let us like practice a little early to go study. So I think the dynamic of the tennis team makes it easier to succeed easier to do well in school as well. It's not like you're having to sacrifice one for the other.
I also think that playing tennis actually, or playing any sport, really helps you with your time management because you've got to set aside this 2-hour, 3-hour block a day that you know you're playing tennis, so you don't waste time. Like, there's no time where I go back to my room and I just kind of mill about. You know, like, I always know that I've got to be doing stuff. So actually, I like having that extra time set away because I don't mess around. And that's
Yeah,
really
it gives
good
you
for
a
me.
schedule.
Mhm.
It's like class, work, tennis, or class, tennis, work.
Yeah.
It depends. And then always like right before bed, a little bit of free time.
Yeah. And we all find the time to go out. We don't study all the time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, ladies, and good luck this year.
Thank you.
Thank you.